Kia ora, ko whasmataho. Nā mai ki te whare, welcome to the House. Unless you listen to a lot of Parliament, it's easy to miss the boggling range of topics that can come up for discussion or debate in a week, or even in a day. This is especially true of the discussions had by the various select committees, but it's also often true of debates in the House. Regular listeners will know that some weeks the bills under debate get kind of tangled up and the number of topics covered can plummet. But at other times, the shift from topic to topic is rapid. Take this week, for example. This Wednesday is a Members' Day, when non-government bills are considered, and these are typically fast and varied, and today is no different. The plan began with Auckland funding, and then company director requirements, an attempt at a right to repair law, some slavery penalties, life jacket requirements, and coal mining. Yesterday was a government day, when normal government bills are debated, and they are sometimes slower and less diverse, but not so much this week. Tuesday began with a discussion of war and claims of genocide.
3 private individuals freely chose to place themselves in a dangerous situation, but now expect their government to bail them out. We'll do exactly that, not least because the government feels a sense of responsibility, even for those who act utterly irresponsibly.
Including an attempt by an ACT MP to ban MPs from actually using the word genocide.
For many months, the Prime Minister has failed to recognise the other state in this two-state solution.
As Louis noted yesterday, it was the third debate on Gaza, and not much was new that was said, but the temperature was elevated. From Gaza, the topic skipped after question time to marine protection in the Hauriki Gulf.
This is a great day. It's a beautiful day. It's an epic day for me to stand on behalf of the moana, on behalf of the government, and on behalf of many millions of New Zealanders.
A bill for which was receiving a third reading. It was supported, but it wasn't what everyone had been hoping for.
Despite the Environment Select Committee unanimously recommending to this House that the bill be passed with no substantive change, at the 11th hour, because of some active lobbying of the Minister of Oceans and Fisheries, Madam Speaker, we saw this government cave to that pressure, and they have chosen to water down the protections in the original bill.
The next bill was proposed rules for pig welfare, with a bill that walks back the incoming restrictions on farrowing crate use, but which would shorten the period they're allowed.
Without legislative action, there will be gaps in the law. Gaps in particular about the requirements for how piglets and sows are managed during their most vulnerable stages of life. The bill I present today addresses these gaps, delivers much needed clarity and certainty about what is the minimum required, and sets a pathway for strengthened animal welfare outcomes for pigs.
The Animal Welfare Regulations for Management of Pigs Amendment Bill had just a first reading, and so it will now go to Select Committee, where the public can give feedback on it.
And the advice I've received from experts is that 7 days will continue to put these animals at significant risk. The Minister's proposals, funnily enough, match the proposals from NZ Pork, who he has just admitted to having targeted consultation with.
From animal welfare to a second reading debate over the government's reorganisation of the polytax system, which is a partial undoing of the previous government's reorganisation of the polytax system. And then, with just a little bit of whiplash, MPs pivoted from education to granny flats, and the second reading of a law to allow the unconsented building of small standalone dwellings.
We are supporting this because housing is critically important to people, and anything that will bring down the cost of housing is something we will be working hard to find the merit in, and this is one of those.
In the House, when a debate is concluded and voted on, MPs just move on to the next thing with no attempt at a segue, all cut and dried and businesslike. It's probably for the best. Segues between many of the varied debates they have would be difficult to envisage. You've been listening to The House of Te Whakaronga Koe ki te Whare. This program is produced with funding from Parliament's Office of the Clerk. Mā te wā.